Humanity has opened the gates of hell. Horrendous heat is having horrendous effects.
Fires, floods, extreme heat, climate crises impossible to ignore, yet governments are still failing to meet climate goals, says the UN Secretary General.
We are heading towards a dangerous and unstable world.
With the stark backdrop of New York protests linking oil and gas companies directly to climate emergencies, the UN's climate summit called on world leaders to resist rolling back their commitments and to act faster to curb greenhouse gas emissions caused by an addiction to fossil fuels.
It's the burning of oil, it's the burning of gas, it's the burning of coal. And we need to call that out.
But nations, including Canada, continue to bring on new oil and gas projects.
Prime Minister, Canada was one of the largest expanders of fossil fuel last year.
The summit's chairwoman called on Prime Minister Trudeau to explain.
By the end of this year, we will be announcing our framework to cap emissions from the oil and gas sector.
A cap promised 2 years ago and which could take another year or two to implement.
The real test of whether this cap on oil and gas emissions is robust and ambitious is ensuring that the oil and gas sector is forced to do its fair share.
I'll be the first one to say we have to do more.
Stephen Guilbeault says Canada is reducing emissions, but not by enough.
And we're also the only large oil and gas producer who has committed to put in place a cap on the emissions of the oil and gas sector.
Climate politics on center stage this week in New York, while at the same time Calgary hosts the world's largest petroleum conference. Susan Ormiston, CBC News, Toronto.